Hey everybody, Tammy Sharice Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love. We got a little light from the sun. I have my blinds closed. I'm still catching the glare, so I may have to adjust it here and there. Excuse my little treadmill that I don't use in the background. Okay, today I want to ask a question. I pose a question. Why are you single? Why are you single? I'm asking myself that too. Those that follow me know. Hold on, the glare is getting worse. Hold on. Yeah, we might have to deal with it. I hope it's not too distracting. Those that follow me know I am also single. So don't think I'm trying to pick on you or anything. I'm just posing a question. So in this video, you may want to grab something to write with, a journal. I always recommend journaling. It's something I've been doing since 1998. I used to journal about a lot of hurt and negative feelings. Now, I still talk about a little bit in my journal, some negative stuff, but I really feel it with my dreams and hopes and goals and aspirations. But I do talk about my feelings, so I don't want to be fake and omit the bad, only put good in here. But I don't focus on the bad. I might put it on here, but it's more, again, about goals, dreams, aspirations. Also, a lot of repeat, a lot of repeat stuff. You know, it's okay. I want to grow my therapy practice. I want to get out and date. I might have that on a few pages. It's okay. Pen to the paper. Write it down, make it plain. That's in the Bible. Write it down, make it happen. That's a book. So when you write it down, there is extreme power in writing things down. This journal is $6.99 for Amazon. I have a pink one that I use it's all filled up. Then I got green. I love green. I love pink. So whatever color you want, get you a journal, men and women. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you, new subscribers. Thank you, thank you. I'm always grateful and gracious. Okay, so stick with me on this video. Why are you single? The purpose of this video is to help you, if you are single, just to dig a little bit deeper as to why you are single, maybe some of the mistakes you could be making or not, and just have you think a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, intentionally about dating. Okay? A little bit of snippets from Pop the Balloon, a little bit of stuff that I see. I love that show, and it really shows you some of the mistakes that some people are making. I don't know if that show is some acting, they're nervous, but some mistakes are being made. Okay, so stick with me. So I got to put on my glasses. I wrote down notes. Why am I single? So I'll tell you about me. Been divorced many years, dated here and there, like in 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the early 2000s, became ill with breast cancer around 2007. Didn't date for a year because I had to focus on my health. And I met, sorry for popping and stuff. I met the love of my life in '06, and I was still into somebody else. He was in a situation. Then once that ended, we came together, was with him for quite a few years. Most unfortunately, we broke up. Nothing like cheating, none of that kind of stuff. More or less pressure, family pressure, financial, whatever, his pressure. I'm going to take the blame too. I was in school, grad school. So between the two, maybe just was the perfect storm for, I don't know, you are here. To be honest, I don't really know 100%, but I always take some of the blame. It's never all one person. Why are you single? That's my story. And since then, I did try to date slightly around COVID, and I did online. Just absolutely do not care for online. I'm not saying I would never use it, but I prefer the old school way, just meeting somebody in person, being introduced to someone. So for you, are you divorced? Are you single because you are divorced? Are you single because you're working on your career, your business, your education? Maybe you just moved to a new city or state. Maybe you took yourself off the market. You know, you're trying to sell your house and you don't have any bidders or whatever's going on. It's not a good market. You take your house off the market. Maybe you took yourself off the market. And that's okay to take a break. Are you a caregiver caring for an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, a mother, father, maybe even your own adult children or a sibling? Maybe you're raising your kids. You got 2 or 3 kids. One, You really got to focus. Your son or daughter is in basketball, gymnastics, and it's really taking a lot of your time. Maybe, God forbid, you were ill like me, sick. Maybe you're taking a mental health break. Maybe you're just resetting. Maybe you're in financial stress. When your finances are not good, who want to date? You trying to make ends meet, and sometimes that focus is tunnel focus on getting back on track. Those are just some things I could think of. Maybe you work a lot and travel a lot, and you kind of don't have time. Okay, whatever your reason for being single, excuse me, let me say another one. Maybe you are severely hurt from the last few relationships or relationship. Maybe you came out of an abusive relationship. Maybe you have PTSD from dating, whatever. Maybe you're socially awkward and really haven't really had many relationships. That doesn't mean you're socially awkward. Maybe you are socially awkward and you're afraid to approach men or women. You know, I don't approach men. I speak to them, but I don't go approaching them. You all know what I mean. You all know what I mean. Okay, write that down though. Why am I single? I am single because. And really think about that. That is not to bash anyone because I just told you my story. I'm single too. So let me say this little bit, and I don't want to keep venturing off. Don't let this internet F you up. Don't let this internet mess with your self esteem because these are some mean people on this internet. I don't know what I can't. I can't. But they'll say, "Oh, you too old anyway," or you know you're not gonna meet anybody. Don't listen to stuff like that. I don't believe in age too much. I do. I talk about my age a lot, so I got to kind of stop doing that. But I don't believe in age, if that makes any sense. I believe in taking care of your mind, body, and soul. I believe in sexiness, baby. If you're sexy, you're gonna be sexy at 80. And that's a fact because what is girlfriend name? Jane Fonda still got it. Helen Mirren still got it. Felicia Rashad still got it. Janet Jackson like close to my age, so of course she got it. I'm just naming like some older people. I feel like Clint Eastwood still sexy. Denzel Washington, but hello. But of course, Frankie Beverly, God rest his soul, had it at the later age, and Smokey Robinson. And when you got it, you got it. You can't get rid of sexiness. So Patti LaBelle, hello. Tina Turner. Oh, I love Tina. When I say loved, I love Tina Turner for her story, for one. If you don't know much about Tina Turner sold out crowds as an older rock star. This is a lady from oh God, don't let me mess it up. Mississippi. I don't want to mess up the city she came from. And she didn't have self love. And she didn't believe that she could sell out those stadiums. But she did believe because she did it. And she was abused by Ike Turner. You all know her story, but the amazing strength she grabbed from her toenails to the top of her head to get away from Ike and to excel and make a career that was second to none. And when I say a beautiful woman, her skin, her smile, her body, Tina embraced it, was a sweet, gentle soul. I hated when she passed away. I really love Tina Turner. I am so inspired by her as a person that came from an abusive situation. And maybe you have too. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That's a scary situation. I know you all can relate. Okay, so sorry to do that little segue again. Forgive me for looking down, just reading. Ask yourself, why am I single? And write it down. Not to bash yourself, but to really understand why you are where you are. Doing a lot of fast talking. Excuse me, you all. It's like when I talk, my lip gloss is getting all weird. All kinds of stuff be going on. Sometimes my nose start itching. That didn't happen today. This is a really good one. I did it years ago. It works. Write down what you want in a partner. Write it down, you all. How are you going to attract or get what you want if you don't know? And this is even for a house. You want to buy a house. If I bought a house, I do not want a big house. I do not feel like cleaning up. I keep my place clean, but having a big house is a big responsibility. And people be like, I want 5 bedrooms. No, 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 no. No, ma'am and sir. I have a 2 bedroom apartment. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I struggle to keep everything the way I like it because I do work 2 jobs right now. And I'm just, lately, I feel like scattered. My sleep, I'm not keep talking about the sleep, but it is weird. I had the baby's graduations. Even though I didn't get to go to my great nephew, he turned 18. He is 18. He graduated from high school. My other baby graduated from high school. She's 18. They had both went on prom. It's just been busy. My girl, one of my besties, her grandbaby went on prom, so I went to that. It's just been a busy time. Good stuff, all positive stuff. But it's been busy. I know you can relate, but that's the word we all use. Anyhow, in any way, if you want to buy a house, you need to know if you want 5 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. Where do you want to live? Like I live outside of Chicago. I would want to stay out this way. Now, if I got married, I'll go back to the city, but we going to certain areas. Not saying all Chicago is bad. I'm not saying that. Some parts can't even afford, but it's just certain things. I'm more of a high rise type of girl. Let me just be honest with you. That's how me and my the love of my life, we were going to move in a high rise because that's our style, more or less. But yeah, write down what you want in your partner, just like you were buying a house. I want somebody that has great hygiene. You must. That's non-negotiable. Someone that loves God. And why is that so important to me? Because I love God. I read my Bible. I pray. Haven't been attending church the way I need to. I haven't been attending. But I want someone that is open to going to church with me and that loves God. Not no foo universe. I don't know about no God. I don't know if God exists. I can't. We're not gonna rock out together. We're not gonna rock out together. So that's important for me. Do you pray? Do you believe? What do you believe in? That's important. Height. I am 5'7", and with a heel, I had on my little kitten block heel sandal yesterday. I'm about 5'9". So I would prefer a guy that's 5'10" and up. Okay. It's negotiable. It's negotiable, but I don't prefer a shorter gentleman. That's not my thing. Okay. Kind, great manners. How do you treat the waiter? How do you treat your family? Even if it's some strain with his family, because we human, you are. We human. You can't say he better have a great relationship with his mama. He better have a great relationship with his daddy. Shit happens. Sometimes we don't have those type of relationships. Let's be honest. And I'm a little bit more seasoned. It's a lot that done transpired before I came to the picture. But are you amicable? Are you the type that move you don't get along with your family all the way with some of them, but you know how to move through it. I can say I get along with most of my family, but there's a couple of family members. They're not easy to love. But you got to know how to maneuver through that, okay? Can they have children? But of course, I'm seasoned, so I can't. Most time, if the guy I'm dating, their kids will be grown, so they own the grandkids by now, so that's cool. What else you are? What else from my guy? Kind of financially stable. I can't help you, boo. Boo boo. I can't help you. I am a seasoned woman with my own business, about to venture off and do it full time. So really the next couple of years are going to be growing pains for me, just really trying to grow this business and hire someone under me where I can just, take this thing to wherever God wanted to go. But I can't pay for nothing for you. And we should not be. And I'm not saying the man have to pay my rent and pay my bills. I never was like that. But I do want somebody that can take me out and then, once we get established, I'll pay for stuff too. I'm not against paying for things, although love of my life wouldn't hardly let me do nothing. No, I got it. No, thank you. And he wouldn't let me. And that's a man. That's a man. That's a man's man. So, yeah, financially stable, kind, love God, do love his family, even if they don't get along all the way. Love his kids, love himself. Open to counseling, open to mental health support. Because I feel like some of my brothers, African American men, you are against therapy. Some. It's been taboo in your family. It was taboo. We didn't talk about it really. And my mom had mental health issues in the 90s. And it was, we didn't know what to do with it. I was only like 19. But yeah, my mom had a mental health episode a couple of times, and we didn't know what to do because it wasn't spoken about in the Black African American community. I want my man to be open to marital counseling, premarital counseling, to his own mental health. I want my man to feel safe with me to say, I'm stressed out. Um, I don't know what's going on with me. And I will support him and, help him to get the support he needs. For the record, you are a licensed clinical social worker, therapist, counselor. But even if I wasn't, I've been doing therapy off and on since the late 90s. So I believe in it. I have a therapist I see every other week. I recommend it. I really do. I want someone with a good sense of humor. No support. You gotta laugh. Sometimes that's what gets you through the day. I want someone that likes to go outside. Go outside. You know how they are outside. I forgot how Beyonce said that in one of her songs. Um, Long walks. I like to play tennis. I like to play volleyball. Recently, I went roller skating. These are the things I like to do. I was out playing ball, catch with my 8-year-old great nephew. If the guy is out of shape, we're not going to work out well together because he's going to be on the couch and I'm going to be doing a walk. I like to go for walks. So this is someone I want. I'm not saying I'm in tip top shape, you all. I could lose a little bit of weight and tone up, but I am fit enough to play tennis for an hour, skate for an hour, go for long walks, play volleyball. I'm still okay. So my man needs to be okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? Kind. I said that. I'm sure. Like to travel and go new places. Don't have to be international because people talk about all this international stuff. I do. It is some places I want to go to, but I still need to hit a few in the United States. Quite a few places. Somebody that's open to that. Just open to like axe throwing. Go to the gun range. We can, I guess you all say, ooh, she's something. Go play golf, top golf or regular. I'll do regular golf, miniature golf. Again, go for walks, play tennis. I'll try pickleball, but I'm definitely a tennis head. Go to basketball games, the Bulls games, or other places. Like me and my sister, we want to go to California for Golden State. She's a huge Steph Curry fan. Those type of things. A family person, because I love my family. Okay, and if you're not close with yours, come on. My family will love to have you. That's my list. Get your list together. This is very, very important because this is what's going to attract that guy or woman to you. I did it before and it did work. Can they have kids? Of course, like I said, they can for me. I'm a little bit more seasoned. But if you don't want that, say that. You're in your 30s. If you're over 35, you might be cutting out a group of guys because after 35 to 40, they have lived. It's high possibility and probability that he or she is going to have kids. So be open. Now, with the kid thing, that's what I'll say. If that child is like 5 and 7 and under, that's going to be a lot. If they are 15, 12 and up, you have a better shot of things maybe being okay. Women, if they have a daughter, it can get hairy. It can get hairy. Boys don't care. Boys be like, good luck, dad. Good luck, mama. Hope y'all work out. Now, boys, it can clash with the man, the boy and the young man and the partner. They could clash because if they already have their dad around, if he's not, they may not want to be bothered with no new, some new guy telling them what to do. You all know what I'm saying. So children create another dynamic. Be honest with yourself and be honest when you write your list down. Write down just what you want within a man or a woman, but also what you want out of life. Do you want kids? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to live in a high rise? Do you want to travel? Do you want to go back to school? Do you want to start your own business? Write down what you want in your partner and what you want, point blank, period. You should be writing that anyway in your journal. All righty. So good looking too. You all like somebody that's good looking. Me personally, yes. He doesn't have to be, I don't know who you all think real cute. I think Michael B. Jordan is a good looking guy, but he's not like pretty boy. He's not pretty boy. Back in the day, the pretty boys for us, the us seasoned women, was Shamar Moore. Um, why am I blanking? And I just saw his face. Genuine. Back in the day, you gotta look at the back in the day pictures. I'll be sure. These are like the little light skinned pretty boys. Lorenz Tate is still adorable to me. Very handsome. Morris Chestnut, hello. Hello. Here I go. Morris Chestnut. Chestnut can't be that fine. Well, when COVID hit, he was on Zoom with what's that guy? Kevin. Why am I blanking out? Y'all know Kevin Hart. And they were playing a game, Morris Chestnut and his wife. I think her name Pam. And I'm like, he can't be that fine. It's makeup or so. I'm just trying to make up an excuse because the man's just so cute to me. And sure enough, he jumps on Zoom. He looked even better. I was like, whoa, humble, humble, humble. I think he doesn't even know how good he looked. And maybe some people don't think he looked as good. I think I read somebody say something like, I don't see it. We got to remember everybody had their own taste. Some people don't like bald heads. Some people don't like dark skin. So that's okay if he's not your cup of tea, but he my cup of coffee. He my cup of tea. He my mocha frappe. Sorry to the wife. He's just a good looking dude to me. But for me, the guy can look, average. But please have that beard right, have that mustache right, the goatee. If you bald, make sure it's nice and smooth. If you have hair, keep it cut. A nice whiff of cologne. No dirt in the nails, please. You're never going to touch me with them dirty nails. And have your outfit tight. Pop the balloon. Them ladies is rough riders. Do y'all want to get married or what? Do you really want to be in a committed relationship? I don't like his haircut. I don't like his suit. I don't like his shoes. And I get that, like when you see a guy right away, you do look at everything. I know I do. I be looking at their teeth, honey. Y'all know how I am my teeth. I spend money on these teeth. I like to keep them real clean, and I go see my dentist. And I've had repairs done. I have, and that's important. What is their skin looking like? And for the men too, look at them ladies. How does their skin look? How does their teeth look? The ladies have these long nails. Are they dirty up under there? Men, do you have oil under your nails? Be careful with that. If you're gonna touch your lady and her private parts, you don't want to be putting no oily, dirty hands. Ugh. Come on, guys. No, 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 no. And just kind of check out, you know what I'm saying? When you first meet somebody, you are checking them out. Like, and I don't know how you all feel. I feel like this with men. It could be a simple like polo shirt or whatever type of shirt guys wear, a button down shirt. But if they have on a neat belt, nice belt, I always look at a belt and their shoes. And that's important. But if the haircut is not to my liking, you could get your hair cut different. If the clothes is slightly like, oh, he could do a little better. I think I would have some openness with that. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest. I do like a guy with swag that comes with his own swag style because that's what draws you in is when someone is confident and they have a style about them. Am I right or wrong? Can I get a witness? Now I know I dress more conservative. I am a clinician. If I go out, I might add a little more sexiness to it. I'm a curvy lady now, so I don't have to do a lot with the hips and butt. That's gonna that's gonna rock itself. But yeah, I know how to dress cute. I like to look nice. But probably to some guys, they probably would say you need to show more skin, or they might be like, "You look good in this." But yeah, I'm open. I've been told that like you should wear this. Oh, I will wear it for you, baby. For you, I will. Yeah. But I'm trying to say, long story short, don't cut a man down because his shirt is wrong or his shoes are wrong. Those are interchangeable. You can help him out a little bit. We're not doing Build a Bear, but don't throw away a good man because he did a misstep in your book. And some of these ladies, let me see, am I going too fast? Oh, let me keep it where I'm at. Are you that? Are you close with your family? Do you have a sense of humor? Are you fit? Are your finances correct? Have you done the mental health work? Are your teeth straight? Is your hair cut correct? Or do you have a bunch of weave or braids? Not knocking any of that because I have worn those and I still will, okay? But I'm just saying, if you wear weave, sometimes some women, they're not upkeeping their weave or washing their hair. You got to wash your scalp. Even if you wear weave, is still hygienic. And I know about this. My niece is a hairstylist. She tell me how y'all be coming up in there. So make sure you keep your hair and scalp clean. Make sure you have a skin regimen. Make sure you go to the dentist. You want to tear down a man. How are you looking? How's your outfit looking? If you know your body is built a certain way, why are you wearing clothes that don't fit? They don't fit you. Dress your body. Bigger chest, accent that. Bigger butt, might want to accent that. You want to fit your body. You know how you made. I have the pear shape, so I already know how to dress. It's just certain things I just don't wear. Not because I can't, but I just don't think it's flattering on me. Some stuff. But be proud of how you're built. If you're a little bit more thicker or curvy or overweight, rock it. Be proud, but know how to dress your body. I see the most unflattering stuff. Very oddly shaped. It's not your fault. You didn't make yourself. But why are you wearing a bodysuit? And it looks treacherous. These are what is the leggings? Whew, I wish they hadn't even made those. As much as I love them, they're so comfortable. But if you see what I see, you see it. So just be more cognizant about what you're wearing to match your body. If you're gonna be picky about your the man you want, you don't want your guy come busting there with some skinny jeans and he 42, 45. Sometimes that don't look good on those older guys. I'm just saying. Let me move on. Are you too picky? Again, his haircut messed up. His shoe had a lace. It wasn't tied the right way. I'm not talking to him anymore. What did he do? He said he was going to call me back by 10 p.m. He had the nerve to call at 10:45. I blocked him. What? Be honest with yourself. Do you want a partner? Are you real? I don't want to use the word damaged, but are you real damaged, or you have PTSD from childhood, trauma from childhood? The last person really hurt you, men too, and you're so damaged that you're scared to date again. And so you're going to tear down anybody come your way, even if they're a good person. You're going to find fault with them because deep in your heart, you're scared. Deep in your heart, you don't really want nobody because you're scared. And so you make them the problem. This is where you got to do that mental health work. That's next. Mental health work. Have you done that work on yourself? Do you have trauma? Maybe something happened really bad in your childhood or with your parents. Maybe something happened as you gotten older. Somebody used you and really hurt you. That's men and women. And so www.psychologytoday.com is the best thing for you. That's a therapist. You can put in your zip code and get any type of therapist you want, different races, religions, your insurance. You can check out your insurance there if they take it. Also, if you don't want to go to therapy, I recommend journaling every day, meditating 5 minutes a day, and I have some workbooks. So, and men, I'm so sorry I don't have one for you on here per se. Maybe the one of them. Self-love workbook for women, Amazon. It's about $10. It's by Megan Logan. She's what I am, a licensed clinical social worker. I have done about 60% of this book. As you can see, I'm on page, I think I'm on page 70 something. So I too do these workbooks. I too go to therapy. I'm not just on here. I'm not just pretty face. No, I'm just kidding. I'm on page, I'm on page 85. Yeah, 95. I'm not just talking about this stuff. I'm living it. I'm doing it. I'm doing the work for my sisters. Where my ladies at from front to back. Self-Love for Black Women by Raquel Johnson. She is a social worker, has her master's, and she's an MFT. She's a marital counselor. So Self-Love for Black Women. Same thing, Amazon, about $10, I do believe. And this one can be for men and women. If you had trauma, it is biblically based. So there are some Bible verses. It's a really good book, workbook. Core Healing from Trauma. This is by Marti Weebles. She is I don't know what these initials stand for. Ooh, she has a master's. I don't know what them initials stands for. That's weird. I don't know what that stands for. She's a clinical person, and it's a good book. I've done some work in here too. Looks like I got a long way to go. Look like I might have did 30% of that one. So you don't have to go to therapy. I would recommend it. But you can use those workbooks. And another thing that really helps people like after a breakup or in between, they really get into their fitness. They get into CrossFit, jiu-jitsu, karate, yoga, hiking, pickleball, tennis, running, walking, any sport, swimming. So do that if you have some mental health challenges. It really helps to release those happy endorphins. So as I come to a close, always reminds me of church. When you are dating, remember to be kind. Even if the guy isn't for you, even if the lady isn't for you. Don't say, nah, no thank you. You're not what I'm looking for. You need a better haircut. I don't like your outfit. Now we just don't match. We not a match. You can say, I don't really feel a connection. Being diplomatic goes a long way. Being rude. To me, when people are rude, that's a reflection of you. You feel insecure about yourself because a kind hearted, confident man or woman, they don't act like that. That's one thing I've noticed. Now, arrogant is one thing and confidence is another. Confident people, because I'm one of them, they don't go around hurting people's feelings. They don't have to because they believe in themselves and they want the other person to feel good about themselves because we're confident and we want others to feel that. I wouldn't tear nobody down. I went on a date many moons ago and the guy came in with a shag in the back. Shags was played out I don't know how many years prior. And the picture he looked good, but of course I couldn't see the back of his head, and he had these thick glasses in person, thick, and I was like, what the? And so we went to this restaurant, a local restaurant, not far from where I was living at the time. I knew he couldn't afford it. He just was. I shouldn't say that. That's just see, here I go being mean. Anyway, I backed out of that. I said, look, I don't think I'm probably your type. And he said, yeah, you're not. And I'm like, I had to say that because he misrepresented himself on the picture. Another dear friend, this is recently happened, maybe 2 to 3 years ago. She said this guy showed her a picture. It wasn't him. She got to the restaurant. He was overweight, and she's a little bit more curvy. And she was like, "Are you?" I'm just gonna say, Martin. And he was like, yeah, he said her name. She just walked out the door. And he was mad. He was like, why would you do that? He was trying to get in touch with her. She did finally respond back. She said, you misrepresented yourself. You lied to me. So don't do that, people. Don't do that. When you are dating, if you see a red flag, run. But don't run over little stuff. He was 10 minutes late. He was 14 minutes late. No. But the big flags. He keep looking at his phone. You could tell he like talking with a lot of women. You don't need that. The lady is asking you for money right away. Or she's not present. You know, you and her have a little bit of a tiff and she shuts down or he shuts down. Yeah, these are signs of probably somebody you may not be able to communicate with well. And you don't want to start out trying to get them to go to therapy. You don't even know them. Be aware of the red flags. You do want to give the benefit of the doubt, but sometimes it's just going to be a plain old doubt. Don't get no benefit. You are smart enough to know. If you've lived some, you know the red flags because the flags be waving, blaring, popping you in the face, and you ducking from them because you desperate. Some of you, I'm not saying that to be mean, but you're in a desperate state because you haven't done that self love, and you're like, this is as good as it gets. Especially as we get older, people get scared. Like I'm gonna miss that boat, and I'm just gonna say this, and you can say what you want. I don't care. I don't think like that, and this is where I'm at in my life. And Lord, don't let this come true. If God don't want me to be with nobody, and this is where I'm at for a while, I'm gonna have to rock it out. I'm like my uncle one day. He was my uncle 72, so cute, so cute. He was like, I accept my fate. That's kind of where I'm at. If this is what God have for me for a while, what in the heck can I do about it? You can't make somebody be with you. I can't make some man appear. I can't make my match just pop up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. You gotta know it's going to happen, but you gotta take responsibility for yourself and do the work for yourself. Oh, I'm like, please. Oh God, here we go. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to stop my alarm from blaring. I'm glad that alarm did blare. I gotta get off of here. I gotta get going. All right, Tammy C. Walker, drop me comments. Take care of yourself and really get into that. Why am I single? And get ready to mingle. Get ready to mingle. Bye.